Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ace and McMillian here from the Gurren Otaku Council podcast, here to bring you the latest anime news from this past week. So let's get into it. How you doing, McMillian?
Pretty good. Can't complain. How you doing?
That's good. I'm doing good. Another week and another week of anime news here.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of fantastic news in the anime world this past week, and we're not, of course, not going to talk about everything, but we're going to talk about some of the, the things that excite us really. And so for the very first one, this is not necessarily an anime, but a lot of people consider it an anime. The Avatar Studios has announced a lineup of three movies. The Avatar Kyoshi movie, which is slated to release first. A Zuko movie. Yes, Prince Zuko. And then last but not least, a movie about Avatar Korra. Mm-hmm. So we know the Avatar Studios got announced like almost a few months ago, and we didn't know what they were going to be doing.
Well, it was more than I want to say it was more than a few months ago. I think it was like late last year. It got
late last year is still a few months ago, in my opinion.
I am being pedantic. You're right. I guess it's still.
But they never announced, other than that, the Avatar Studios was going to be strictly dedicated to expanding upon the Avatar world. They haven't announced no productions or anything. So this was the first announcements we got from Avatar Studios so far. What do you think about the three movies that got announced?
I'm looking forward to seeing what the Kyoshi movie will be, because I haven't read the books yet. I do plan on getting her books. A lot of people say they're pretty good. So since all we know so far, majority of fans, is that Kyoshi is the avatar that is the most. I'm down with the Black Air Force energy as possible. Shits. Yeah, I'm with the shits as much as possible. So for that, I expect probably like a high action type of movie, and some like probably brutal stuff. From what I've heard from her books, is that it's pretty with her during her time period. There was a lot of like gang type of place, like taking over like small towns, other stuff like that she had to deal with, and like liberate stuff from gangs or stuff like that from happening. So I expect like some maybe a darker tone type of story that we haven't seen before in the Avatar universe. If anything, considering her era sounds like it might have been very violent, so that's probably why she was with the shits so much. So that's cool. For the Prince Zuko one, I've read the Avatar comics, so I'm wondering if they're going to tell a complete original one, or they're going to continue where we left off, where Zuko found his mom. Because that is in the comics, and I feel like a lot of people would like to see that, because not everybody reads the comics, obviously. And it's I enjoyed the story for him looking for his mother and then finding her. So I am excited to see what they bring for Prince Zuko. Now for Korra's, I'm not saying I'm not excited, but I will say I'm not sure what they want to show. Maybe because the book, there are comic books for her as well, and they continued after she left the spirit world, because at the end of her series she entered the spirit world of Sami, and then the comics take place when she comes back and all the stuff that she has to deal with that, and they're not bad stories. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like her time in the spirit world, or maybe just expounding more on her time as the Avatar, or like, because what the Korra movie could be like the end of her era if we get anything.
That's what I'm assuming.
Because what Avatar Studios could be ramping up with these movies is to give them time to develop the next
series,
Avatar series. And for the Korra movie, it could be showing the end of her era or her time as Avatar.
That's what I'm assuming, because for me personally, I don't think we necessarily needed a Prince Zuko movie as well as the Avatar Korra movie. I think we could have did something else, but if it's giving them time to write out some already established characters, something easy to do instead of something brand new, like you said, it gives them enough time to prepare for the next Avatar series, and that's what I think is the main purpose of the Korra movie, at least. Is to definitely set up the next Avatar series, whatever that may be. And so hopefully we get something along those lines, and that's something that they already did in the comics, because I think that'll just be a letdown in my opinion. But hopefully we get something brand new for the Avatar Korra movie, and that's something that they already did in the comics. They just decided to bring it to the big screen.
Yeah, I don't think either of her comic adventures would make that good of movies. I think for Prince Zuko only, like really his comic stuff, I think should be probably told, because we were left, the regular Avatar series was left on a cliffhanger with Zuko asking his dad, "Where's my mom?" So I feel like that would be okay to make a movie of, because a lot of people probably not have read the comic and know that, and have found out how everything with Zuko's mom, and a lot of people would probably like to see that animated and actually fleshed out. So I think for his it's fine. Korra's is I don't think so. I feel like it would be good if we get to see maybe more adult Korra, see the end of her era, and see what the next Avatar might have to deal with after she's done, after her time is done, if that is what that movie is for. And then I'm just excited to see more about Kyoshi, because we just the older Avatars we barely know anything about. The one we have the most information for is Roku and the first ever Avatar.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, because you can only assume that since these movies are coming out in a 3-year span, we can only assume that after the core movie, they'll be ready for the next Avatar series by then. Because I'm pretty sure they've been working on it for a while now, because the core series has been done for a few years now. Yeah,
but the Avatar Studios didn't come out, then they put that together too.
Oh yeah, of course. But of course they are. I'm pretty sure they had ideas that they couldn't just necessarily green light. But and now they actually get a chance to actually sit down and work on them and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they already had ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, because I don't know how much they've had to work on, because with Avatar, when Avatar Studios launched, I believe Netflix was still working on their adaptation of Avatar, and
the one that got royally canceled.
The creators of the series were working with them up until a certain point. So
until Netflix started. I can't remember who exactly, but somebody started bullshit, and the creators was like,
the creators said that they had left because whatever it wasn't going to be their vision. Whatever they produce is not going to be it's not going to be an adaptation of the stuff they've already made or whatever. It's not going to be what they envisioned for it. So I mean, that's worrisome, because even what I think the voice actor for Roku had said, either the voice actor for Roku or Iroh said that anytime he's ever been on a project where this has happened, it has not gone well. So I'm a little bit worried in that regard. But the way the casting for the Netflix series seems on point. The set design seems on point from what they've showed.
Did they not cancel that?
No, they canceled. They wrapped up shooting.
Okay.
They're done shooting. It's gonna. I don't know when it comes out, but they're done shooting it. That was the last time I heard about it. But what we know about that is the live action for it is it's going to be a darker telling of the first book's events. The first season when Aang first woke up, which I don't necessarily think is a bad idea, considering
what happened in that first season.
We learned about the genocide of Aang's people, and the episode that focused the most on was we only got one episode that really focused on that, and then it was this is still a kids show, guys. So I mean, I'm not against for a darker retelling, but I still am on the fence on whether or not I have to wait to see if I'm down with that. But
no, I agree. Well, all right, well, in just overall, yes, we are excited for the Avatar movies that has been announced. A little bit less for the Korra movie, but hopefully that we already mentioned that they use the Korra movie to set up the next Avatar series.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to all of them. But like you said, because the Korra one, I'm gonna wait, because I like Korra and everything.
Yes,
she's cool.
I
don't think she deserves
at all.
Yeah, I don't think she deserves as much as the slander she be getting online, but I do think they told her. I think her story had a decent ending to the point where I didn't really have much questions after. In the comic,
I agree as well.
And the comics were good, but I just don't think they're good enough to turn into a complete film that you want to show the entire fan
that you want to watch. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. For our next little piece of anime news we have here for today, this one is actually interesting. So, a popular / non-popular, whichever one you want to look at it, video game is getting an anime adaptation, and that video game is Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk is getting an anime adaptation. I'm sorry I don't have the date it's supposed to release on here right on hand. I forgot to write that down, but they're releasing an anime, and it's gonna be featured on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe I got that correct.
It's on Netflix,
and that's gonna release on Netflix. So if a lot of people don't know, Cyberpunk was a very long awaited anticipated game, but when it came out, it just was riddled with bugs, and it did not live up to the hype, basically. So I can only assume that they're doing this anime to kind of.
Well, they already had partnerships with.
Well, yes, they did, but I don't know. Maybe they're using this chance for the anime as a redemption for the video game and get people excited for the Cyberpunk world again is because I know they still have DLC planned for the game and stuff like that. So hopefully they're going to use this chance to get everybody back excited for the series and try to forget what the hell they did with the release of Cyberpunk.
The studio they chose is a pretty popular studio to animate it. Studio Trigger. I don't know, like they made Kill la Kill. There was a anime movie that they did. It was it dealt with firefighters. I'm blanking on the name, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And they also made Little Witch Academia. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a pretty good show. I have not.
But from the trailer from the Cyberpunk anime though, is more. It looks like they're going for like more of a Mirror's Edge type style show, like because it would look like a lot of street running parkour type shit that was going on from the trailer. Like they did have guns and stuff too, but they showed like a lot of running scenes, if you will.
I mean, what is it? I'm trying to remember. I've watched the trailer, but it's been a minute. I'm so sorry. I should have did it before this, but I remember they had like an objective, and if I'm not mistaken, something to do with space. I could not remember though, 100%. But if it's anything like the game, most likely they're going to be taking on some type of corporation. Not sure which one. And then crazy stuff will ensue after that because it's anime and cyberpunk, So.
Yeah, and then I guess the main thing I want to know is is the show going to be canon to like the video game in any type of way, or are they telling a different story? Yeah, the universe, or they tell like. Of course, I'm assuming that the story will be canon to the verse, but like, will it tie into whatever happened in the video game?
In the video game, did you get a chance to play it?
I did not. I bought the game, but with what was the state it was in on release, I just never played it.
From what people have said, the most recent patch, whenever that came out, it came out earlier this year, whatever, fixed a lot of problems, and it's pretty good to play now. So if you're on the fence about it, I would try it out, see if it's good to you now. I beat it. It's besides the bugs, it probably would. If it had no bugs, it probably would have been a perfect game, honestly. I don't know if it'll tie into the video game at all because it doesn't seem like it features any of the characters from the game.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm pretty sure that it might be related to the verse, and probably with the DLC coming out, they might tie it into that. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Well, all right. Well, only time will tell. Of course, I've been watching a lot of Netflix anime recently, so I'll be checking this one out as well. Moving on from there, we actually got some manga news to talk about here today. The highly acclaimed manga Chainsaw Man is now moving into part 2 of his manga. So, McMillian, if you want to talk a little bit of how much you are enjoying the manga Chainsaw Man and how excited you are for part 2.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Chainsaw Man, guys. Please either read it or watch it when the anime comes out. It definitely deserves your attention. It's really good, very high octane action, incredible storytelling, honestly. It's probably some of the most fast-paced storytelling, but it completely makes sense within the context of how this. Yeah. I'm super excited to see what the sequel is because there was a lot of there's a very big open-ended thing at the end of the Chainsaw Man manga on how like stuff is wrapped up. So I cannot wait to see what story they're gonna tell when it comes back. So I'm very excited for next month, July 13th. If I'm not mistaken, is the release date. So
now that gets me wondering. Well, I'm assuming they didn't adapt all of part 1 in this first season that they're going to do. So I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see a season 2 of Chainsaw Man here. But that's good to know that at least they don't have to wait to adapt part 1 because all that material is done. So that's good to know. Mm-hmm. And then I think I have never seen a manga / anime fandom more crazy than the Chainsaw Man fandom when they anime got announced. Like they went crazy, and I can only imagine how they're gonna be when the anime finally starts airing.
It's a crazy story. So that's probably why the fans were crazy when it got announced that was happening. Also, the trailer looks. By the way they did the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, the animation looks fucking amazing. Like Mappa always does a great job, but they did the trailer that they did show for Chainsaw Man did look fucking amazing though. I just can't wait for it to air. It's part of the fall lineup that we got here, the stacked fall lineup that we got. So we're gonna see what y'all manga readers talking about with this one. We're gonna see what all the hype is about, and we're gonna check it out, and hopefully the way things are going now, it looks like Chainsaw Man is going to be the next, Attack on Titan / Demon Slayer type situation going on, where every time it comes on, every week is just a big explosion. So, I'm definitely, this is one of the ones I'm excited for this fall season as well. So, like I said, we're gonna see what you manga readers talking about. We're gonna see what all the hype is about. And, us anime onlys we'll join in the hype with you guys. You feel me? So, we'll join the hype. We will join the hype. So yes, definitely can't wait for that manga that anime to release this fall. Definitely can't wait on that one.
Yeah, and I cannot wait for the sequel series to come out next month. So,
all right. And so moving on for this next one, we got a mixed batch of news for this episode today. Actually, everybody. So today, this is not this. It's anime news, but it's not. So the Tomodachi game anime / manga is now getting a live action adaptation, which actually just premiered in Japan on July 23rd.
June 23rd.
July.
We're not in July. Huh? You said we're in June.
I know. I apologize. It's going to premiere on July 23rd, not just premiere.
Okay.
I take that back. You are correct. Unless I'm getting my dates wrong. I hope I'm not. But I have July 23rd right here written down. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it hasn't premiered yet then.
Yeah, it hasn't premiered yet then. Oh, man. But so that should be interesting to see. If many of you don't know, Tomodachi Gang is one of the shows me and McMillian are covering for this spring anime, and I definitely, for me personally, that spring anime, the spring season, and for me personally, it's my favorite show, the spring season. Definitely hit a gem of the season. If you had not yet had to, go check it out. Definitely, go give it a watch. It's really good in my opinion. If you like Squid Game, the popular Netflix series. If you like Squid Game, you'll definitely enjoy this show as well.
Yeah.
Anything you want to touch upon about the live action series?
I'm interested. I will. It's interesting because I feel like a lot of times with live action series or natural anime, everybody like rolls their eyes, but I feel like because of how much, at least from what I've seen so far, how much Tomodachi Game is grounded in like real reality, like. The shit that happens in it is wild beyond your dreams, but like for the most part, I don't see this needing like any crazy effects that like would ruin the show or anything like that. So I'm very interested, I guess, to see how popular it's going to be like in live action, because the anime, I feel like for people that know about it, they definitely like it. So I hope that the live action, considering that they don't have to deal with any like major extra effects or anything.
Because it is grounded in real life. Yeah.
Yeah, it should also be decently done. Like, should also be pretty well executed. Like, I feel like this is probably ones where you wouldn't have to like turn your nose up at the live action.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I mean, the series may not be very known here in the West because I haven't really seen that much people talking about it, but it has to be somewhat popular over there in Japan because it got an anime adaptation and a live action adaptation as well. So it has to be somewhat very popular over there for it to get those two adaptations of it. So I'm definitely going to be if I can check it out. I don't know how I will get access to that live action series. Might have to do some digging around to see if you can get access to that somehow over here in the West. But if I can watch it, I definitely will watch it because why not? I do love the anime, so why not try to see what the live action hitting on. But yeah, so now moving on from there, we actually got more anime news here today, everybody. Regular one. The Orient Part 2 of the anime is currently scheduled for this summer, July 11th. Jay, I know Orient was one of the winter animes that you tried to watch, but you couldn't really necessarily get into it. But however, I watched it, and it's not bad. It's your average anime here. It's not nothing crazy, but it definitely picks up in the latter half of the season, and I can definitely see season 2 being more action-packed than season 1 was from where we left off at the end of season 1.
Okay. I mean, I've been meaning to go back and check it out. Like I said, it's made by the same person who made Magi, so I feel like for that reason alone, I need to try and like power my way through.
Shame, because after you told me that, I was like, I have to watch this then. But after watching the first season, I was like, I'm not getting the same vibes I got from Magi when I started watching this. Like like I said before, the show definitely gets better in that latter half of the season, and I do think I have high hopes at least for season 2 from where we ended off on season 1 that it's definitely going to be better. So only time will tell. I'll be checking it out, seeing what's going on in part 2, because like I said, I do have high hopes for it, and hopefully season 2 definitely outshines season 1. So that is my hope right now currently.
If that is true, then I'll try my best to catch up. I just know it was hard getting through when I tried to read it. It was hard getting through it. I thought when it came animated.
I agree. The first half is definitely very slow and not that interesting, but it definitely, like I said, it picks up in that latter half of the season. And then moving on from there, Wit Studio must have had a collaboration or a deal with Netflix or something, because they're coming out with another one, guys. So Wit Studio is producing another Netflix anime called Moonrise. We don't have that much information on it other than the name and a stock image of the show that they released.
So we don't know if it's a movie or a series?
Not at all. It just said a new animation production from Wit Studio coming soon to Netflix. That's it. That's all the information. Unless there's some more information out there in the wild I haven't found yet.
Yeah, if y'all know, let us know on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure at this point we'll probably do a special for that one, since we've been doing a special for all day stuff. It's been very interesting because none of the stuff I feel like they've released has been like terrible, but it hasn't been.
It hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't just been
like great either. Like
in my opinion,
it's been okay at worst and good at best. If you watch our specials, you can figure out which one is okay and which one is good.
Oh man, hopefully, in my opinion, with this one, I just hope they give it more of a longer season for this one and not a 5-episode season like they did with Vampire in the Gardens, because Lord knows they could have used more episodes for that series, but here we are. So like I said, hopefully they definitely give that series some more episodes and more room to breathe so they don't have to just stretch out the story. And I also wonder if this Moonrise, if this is like an original or this is a adaptation of a manga, because I don't know
I've never
about that either.
I don't think I've ever heard of that name before, but there's, just like with comics, there's a million mangas, and it'd be hard to keep track of all of them. So it could be an adaptation, but I want to say it's an original because I haven't heard of it ever. Like the name has never crossed anything I've been on as far as manga, and people don't talk about it. I feel like most animes that get adaptations have some type of vocal fan base usually, so I'd be surprised if this was like a manga, unless it's the only other way I can think of not hearing about it, maybe if it's like an older series they got an adaptation. They could, older series they're trying to revitalize it with a new anime adaptation. It could be the case. I'll do some more research, see what I can find about it, see if it's just an anime original or if it's like a light novel or manga or something that they're adapting. Oh, that could also, I was about to say, that could also technically be the case because I'm not a light novel reader like that, so that could be.
There's no telling what's going on with this one because they gave, like I said, they gave us so little news when they announced it. So I don't really know what much going on with this one here, but definitely I'll go and do some research, and when I found out some stuff, I will either share it on the podcast or I will just share it on our Twitter/Instagram. And you can just go hear about it there. But for the last piece of news we have here for today, and this one is actually about a anime movie. The One Piece Film Red movie is now officially scheduled for fall 2022, which is just adding on to the already stacked fall season that we have here for everybody.
And this is just a movie.
I am excited. This movie got announced towards the beginning of this year, and they also announced that it was releasing the same time this year as well, which completely threw me off guard because I didn't expect us to get the release date the same year they announced it. They don't normally do things like that, so I was surprised when they said it was coming out this year as well. And now it's officially coming out for the fall. So this fall season will go down in history. Fall 2022 will be one of, at least I'm hoping, and everybody else is hoping, will be one of the greatest anime seasons we had in a long time here. McMillian, I know you're not that much of a One Piece fan, but I am, so I'm very excited for this movie.
I mean, I plan. Look, because of the podcast, I plan on going to watch it because I know you're gonna want to talk about it. So I'm excited. I know I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. I know a lot. Like, I think if I was to go back and start reading, or watch the anime, I'm like Punk Hazard or whatever.
Okay. So yeah,
that's where I left off at.
Yeah, you just made it past the time skip. Stop that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. This one is supposed to be about a major character that we haven't got to see much in this show. You know, Shanks. He's supposed to have a big role in this movie, so we should hopefully we actually get to see him fight in this movie, because I don't think we haven't got to see him fight at all in the series.
I don't remember ever seeing it.
And so hopefully we get to see this man Shanks fight for the first time in the series, and I'm just ready for it. And hopefully they just ain't teasing us with his, you know, the amount of role he's supposed to have in this movie. They're just not putting his face on the damn movie. He shows up for like 5 minutes, like, well, he was here and he's gone now. So you got your Shanks. Everybody enjoy it.
That'd be wild. That'd be wild if they advertised it like how they're doing, and then they be
because I mean, like, the freaking posters they're doing is based off the fucking scar on his eye and shit like that. Like, you can't be doing all this promotion around him. And then he shows up in the movie for like 5 minutes. Like, don't pull no My Hero on me. They showed their new outfits, and we only got to see their new outfits for 5 minutes in that movie. Like, come on, man. Like, they could at least brought those outfits back for the finale.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of designing those things if you was only going to show up for 5 minutes? But I digress.
It was in all the promotional content.
It was in all the promotional content. So I would be pissed if they pulled a My Hero. I really am.
That'd be wild. That would be wild as hell.
I would be pissed. But that's all the anime news here that I had to discuss today, unless there's any rumors around that McMillian had got in his back pocket over there.
Not to my knowledge, no. Still looking out for the Hitman Reborn series to get announced officially, because when it does, like I said, I will be acting a damn fool. But no, nothing like that. I don't have any manga to show either this week. Just you know, please, if you're interested in Blue Lock, reading it at least, that #1 is out. And the anime adaptation will be coming out in this fall if you don't want to read it. But I do look forward to it again. I'll just say that. So with that being said, this is GOC News. Signing off. You guys have a wonderful day / week.